review. Book 101 is all about the books that are read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She's the author of the book I Love You When, no other than Miss Marie Birtel. Welcome to Book 101, Miss Marie. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
Yes, thank you, Daniel, for this nice introduction already. So, my name is Marie. I'm from Germany and I'm a psychological advisor and author. And I'm specialized in narcissistic abuse and narcissistic family systems, what also includes conditional love and not unconditional love.
Miss Marie Birtel, thank you so much for sharing your talents to the world. So, what is the main message of I Love You When?
The main message of the book is it's a self-help narrative and it's an invitation to everybody in the world to look into your own relationship patterns. That means not talking only about love relationships, but also family relationships or also relationships to friends and people that you work with. And if there are things that are coming up over and over again, and you're feeling like you're repeating patterns, there's always the possibility to change this. It doesn't need to stay like this for the rest of your life if you are not happy with this pattern.
Certainly. Let it go, people. How does the book define covert narcissistic abuse in families?
Yeah, so this is very important to differ between overt and covert narcissism. And I
Yes.
have to say, I myself have been raised in a narcissistic family. And I was always aware when I was feeling through my body symptoms and things that happened in my life and relationship patterns that something was wrong. I found a lot of lectures and books about overt narcissists. That means people who are like very open with their self. Being the best, we see this in politics at the moment. See, a lot of CEOs are handling life like this. So this is like from very far away, you can see these people are not really nice. But covert narcissism is something that is more behind, and 70% of covert narcissists are women, are female, because society-wise it's more accepted. Because what covert narcissists do is they put themselves in a victim role, and they try to be in relationships through dependency. That means they want to make others dependent on them, and this is through being a victim, like, I can't do this without you, you are the only one who can help me, things like that. And a healthy person who hears this and you want to help, this is natural. You do this, it's never enough. Mm.
So, Miss Marie, what are the key differences between covert and overt narcissistic abuse?
Key differences are overt is open. That means narcissists that are openly treating others not good. They lack of empathy, and this you can really see because they only use you in the moment. They don't have anything anymore that they want to get from you. It can be love, it can be money, it can be anything. They just get rid of you like a rubbish. So and they are also treating you, they are putting you down. That means when you are having a good day, for example, like a birthday or something where you are in the middle of the spotlight, they try to put you down because they want always to be in the middle of the spotlight. So you can
True.
see somebody who is like wanting attention a lot. Covert narcissists are most of the times in the back. So these are women, for example, who are taking care of everything. They would cook a lot, they would always be there for you. But in the moment you are getting out of the relationship, This is a huge problem in families because children, they need to have the love of the mother. They are treating you bad. They are punishing you with silent treatment, with calling you bad names. They show their real face, you know.
Yes, true. So, Miss Marie, how does covert narcissistic abuse impact family dynamics?
Um, the problem for children in that situation is that they have never met something else than this kind of family system. That means you can a little bit compare these kind of family systems with sects. They use the exact same manipulation tactics. They isolate you. This can be shown up by not allowing their children to attend to birthdays from friends. They are not allowed to invite friends to their home. They put the family first, like family is everything. You can't trust other people. You get like a lot of belief systems into your system when you are born until you are like 18. So this creates a human being that is not, that doesn't feel safe in the world without the family. And the danger is only that you are continuing this when you are an adult, and then you repeat the patterns from your parents, how you learned how to love somebody, and you will always have a lot of problems with this. This comes up. Yeah.
Certainly. Totally agree, Miss Marie. Why is recognizing patterns of generational trauma important for breaking the cycle?
Good question. So why is because there have been a lot of people traumatized in this world, and I'm not talking about, it doesn't have always to be like a very very bad trauma, but if I'm talking now in the book about trauma like sexual abuse, things that happen during war, things that little children are very much impacted when they are born into this world because what they need is something else. So um, even if we are not aware of what happened, if it's like a secret kept in the family, we can feel it. Because, first of all, it's in your DNA, because trauma also is in the body. And secondly, it's as long as these patterns are not, broken, they continue. I give you an example. A father is always not only emotionally but also physically abusive. You know, so against his son. His son is used to it, but his son wants to get out of it. So he's going. He's just leaving the family, and he doesn't want to be with this anymore. If he's staying in contact and also not working on his own patterns, it's possible that in the moment he himself is going to be a parent, he's going to repeat the pattern because this is coming automatically. It's not something in your mind, it's when you react automatically to situations that are overwhelming. And this can repeat the patterns. And maybe, Daniel, you know the saying, I never want to be like my father, I never want to become like my mother. And
Yes.
then you have these people who are like my clients, for example, they say, I always said this and now I'm the same. So, you know.
Yes, true. The cycle is still on. So let's talk about narcissistic abuse and its effects. Miss Marie, what are the some common signs of a covert narcissistic abuse within a family?
So common signs are manipulation through control. It means what they do is they control the children from body wise, but also from their mental thinking. It means they are not allowed to decide anything on their own. They have to be dressed like the mother wants. They have to be with friends that the mother accepts. They have to have a children room that the mother likes. So the child is not allowed to discover what it likes, you know. So in a way, these kind of children are raised like little dolls. And in the moment, the doll is not giving the control to the parent. The parent gets in rage and throughout yeah, very how you say in English, if you are not okay with something, and then you, through punishment, they get the children back into control. But it's never
Certainly.
about the child. And this is also, narcissists are lacking empathy. They don't have any self-worth, self-esteem. They use their children or other people as suppliers, so they need them to give them the self-esteem. So it means, with when the child is intelligent and good at school, it's not about the child, it's about the parent. It's like, okay, my child is good, I am the good parent that raised this child. In the moment the child is not good at school, or is not in the physical condition that the parent wants to, he feels shame for the child and he puts the shame on it.
Very well said, Miss Marie. Very well said. So, what role does gaslighting play in a covert narcissistic abuse?
Oh, gaslighting is a huge thing. And this is also, my book starts with the question, why haven't you left earlier? Why did you stay like so long? And this is most of the times because of gaslighting. Gaslighting means your self awareness is totally going to be destroyed by a narcissist. Um, and I don't know, I will just give you a little, yeah, kind of example of how gaslighting functions. So it's you tell the narcissist the sky is blue, what a wonderful blue sky, and the narcissist says no, it's green. And we are laughing about this, but this kind of situations happen. And at a
Yes.
certain point, you feel you are going to be crazy. Because what is also important to say in a narcissistic system is, there's not only the narcissist, but there's a whole system around them. There are enablers that are aware that this person is not really right, but they don't want to, be in a bad situation with the narcissist, so they give them just what they want. So after a certain while, I have a lot of clients who still suffer through gaslighting because they are always interpreting words, because what they hear doesn't fit to what they feel from a person. And I have to say, this is the most, I would say, the hardest thing to train when you get out of a system like this or a relationship, to retrain and rebuild your self awareness.
Certainly. Self awareness, people. So, what are the psychological and emotional effects of growing up with a narcissistic parent?
Okay, so the most important thing is to know. Also, if some listeners may have somebody that is a victim of narcissistic abuse, these people have never learned how to feel safe in the world, and also to trust into the world. So that means they are full of anxiety, and they need to have a lot of time for themselves. Some of them are never going to be in a relationship because relationships for them is too dangerous. Um, and also, some of these children that are raised by narcissists can also become themselves narcissists. This is also a huge psychological, yeah, impact that it can take.
Yes, indeed. That will be the impact. So let's talk about the breaking the cycle of trauma. What are the some first steps toward breaking free from a covert narcissistic family dynamic?
Yeah. So the first step is to be aware of that something is wrong, and you can feel this even if from outside everything looks good. You know that something is wrong. You also get it through body symptoms. A lot of clients experience eating disorders because through the body, narcissists gain control. So this is like psychologically totally normal that you try to be rebellious against it. So you try to get the last control over your body that you have. So you start to control the eating. Um, but also symptoms like depression. You feel drained, you feel not motivated, and you don't know where it comes from really, then go and seek for help. And I always say you can start to talk to friends, but the problem is with friends, people are not aware how bad and mean narcissists are. Narcissists are one step before a psychopath. So it's really something dangerous. So when you go and tell a friend, I'm feeling not good, and you are an adult, I'm not feeling good, my mom was not nice, she did this and that, your friend would always try to reconnect you with your mom and say, but maybe she didn't mean it so much, or she didn't meant it like this, or whatever. So this is really bad, because you go back to it and you stay like this. So it doesn't cost you much to just see a coach or a specialist. I have a link also on my website, or in the book. There's this includes also a freebie about how to discover a little bit about symptoms, and then you can go on with somebody who is neutral, or a psychological advisor or therapist who can really tell you what is going on and what your symptoms are coming from.
So, Miss Marie, what does the book suggest one can heal from transgenerational trauma?
Yes. Yeah, go and do something for your own mental health. Take responsibility for you being part of a toxic system or toxic relationship. I always hear, for example, women and men when they are in toxic relationships, it's the narcissist, it's the man, but there's something inside also the other person, even if she's a victim. There's a responsibility you have to take when you're an adult, because if you stay in this kind of relationship that is highly abusive, um, there's a reason why you do, because a healthy person, psychologically healthy, mentally healthy, would leave immediately. They would leave after, you can do it like 1 year or 2 years, but not staying like 16 years in such a relationship, because what happens then is you try to cover this bad toxic relationship, and then you are going to be not a victim anymore, but you are an abuser also, because then you start to abuse everybody around you.
Yes.
And the worst case is when this kind of couple have children. It's the most horrific thing, because they're going to start, both of them, to blame the children.
Totally agree, Miss Marie, and thank you for sharing your book to the world. So, what would be your advice for those people out there suffering from this abuse?
Get help, buy books, read about it, take your time. Don't rush, because it's not easy to get out of a toxic relationship. The danger to leave this person and then going back is much higher when you are not having somebody who is supporting you. But get professional support, do therapy, look into your own childhood, and yeah, try to change this. And always try to also have a good system around you, like good friends, if you are still having some, because I know from a lot of clients they have not really much friends anymore, because what the narcissists do is they isolate also in this case. Yeah, I
And be
always. Mm,
Yes, and be aware to your mental health, people. So
yes.
speaking of mental health, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, Mental Health 101, and it's fifth. No, it's in first season, people, first season, and inviting you, Miss Marie, to be part of my Mental Health 101. Let's empower people out there suffering from mental illnesses. So, Miss Marie, what will be your short-term and long-term goals in writing?
Oh, short-time goal would be like a lot of people reading my book, and that's what they already do in Germany, and in you are in Canada or in the US. And I already get a lot of feedback from people that I've never met, and they send me emails and or DMs on Instagram for thanking me for writing the book, because a lot of shame and guilt feeling comes with this. So when you have somebody who speaks it out, it's already good, because you are not alone in this world. You can do it. Long term would be to really empower people and educate them to get more healthy relationships, because in the micro relationships, this is also something what how you can help the world to also be much healthier in macro relationships or in systems. So yeah, we start with our own relationships, and then hopefully one day there will be more focus on treating people nice and not supporting narcissistic behavior anymore.
Certainly, no man is an island, people. If you need help, please ask for help. So, Miss Marie, before we wrap up our discussion, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, Food 101, in its fifth season, people. Fifth season with Chef Alexander, one of his specialty chef in one of the five-star hotel in downtown Toronto. Please do listen to our latest episode. We are reading our letter senders all over the world. And please do listen Food 101 wherever you listen your podcast. So, Miss Marie, how this book, I Love You When, readers create a new, healthier family dynamic?
So it is in the beginning and also in the epilogue. There are psychological explanations of how narcissistic abuse is going, being in the world. But what it is a self-help narrative about 40 years, like 4 decades, with the protagonist Emma, and she grows up, and it starts with her birth in a family like this. So even if you are a man and you read it, there will be something that you can learn from it, because you can always reflect your own family, your own relationships. There's a lot, and it's written in a lot of short stories. And I get the feedback that it's also interesting, even if you are, I mean, if you are not, being in such a kind of relationship, it's nice. But it's also good for people to read it, if to understand better people around them, because I have to say it's a little bit threatening how many people are affected by this.
Certainly. Miss Marie Birtel, thank you so much for sharing your talents to the world and of course your book. We are looking forward for more empowering books like this. So can you please invite our listeners to support I Love You When?
Yes, that would be an honor. So you can get the book through Amazon. You can order it there. There's a freebie inside. You can go in contact with me through email. I run groups, self-help groups, and I also do on Zooms one-on-ones to help you to get a healthier and better relationship.
Yes, people, let's support Miss Marie Birtel. I love you, Wen, because if you support her, more empowering books like this to come. So, Miss Marie, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Daniel.
More to come, people. See you soon.